You're responsible for what's in your body. You remember what Roger Goodell told Sean Payton in Bountygate? Sean Payton said, I had no knowledge, I had no idea this was going on. Roger Goodell told Sean Payton, you're the head coach. Your job is to know. So now Bill Belichick is saying these video guys, now I don't know why they didn't show up in Patriot garb. They got Bruins uniforms on. Now let me tell you how this thing works, Skip. They hire catering services to do the Broncos cooking.
Yeah.
Guess what gear they show up in? Bronco hat, Bronco t-shirt. They don't show up in Avs gear. They don't show up in Nuggets gear.
Yeah.
They don't show up in Rockies gear.
Yep.
But you know, there seems to be these low-level guys that are very disposable. Now, we know Coach Belichick doesn't have a problem of disposing of people, do we, Skip? Because just 2 years ago, what did he want to do? A guy that's won 5 Super Bowls, he was ready to move on. So if a guy that wins 5 Super Bowls, you'll kick him to the curb, what will you do to 2, 3 low-level guys that are like, okay, you're replaced, we get 3 more guys? Who doesn't want to work for the Patriots? Do you know, Skip, you come out and you get an opportunity to work for a professional team? Huh? That's some kid's dreams. Now the Patriots get to say, well, those guys, they're just doing their own thing. But this is what the NFL's got to do. Now, they said this is about, and I don't know a whole lot, Jenny, about advanced scouting. But, Skip, if I got a secret sauce, am I trying to share it with you? You think the Patriots are trying to take you behind the scenes and show how and why they do all this winning? They just want you to believe that now. They want you to believe that they're going to give you an inside look of advanced scouting and what they do and how they do go about their business and why they win. This is one of the reasons why they win so much. They're willing to put that on tape and show it to the entire world. Skip, you believe that? I know you don't. My thing is, there are a lot of teams that can claim ignorance about taping. Unfortunately, Skip, the Patriots aren't one of those teams.
Fair.
You know what this represents. Now, Coach Belichick says he has no knowledge. All he does is see the finished product. Why are you looking at the finished product? Why you care? That's outside your purview. You say you have nothing to do with that. So why are you looking at something that doesn't have, you say it doesn't have anything to do with football? So why would Coach Belichick ever look at that? Now, there's something I want the fans to see at home. Skip, there was a game against Buffalo. Coach Belichick is on the sideline because Tony Dungy tweeted, like, let's not overreact. You can gain nothing from taping the coaches on the sideline. Now, I hope we can show this to the people at home. Now, watch what Coach Belichick is doing. Coach Belichick, we got that? Cue that. You think that means something, Skip, or he's just doing that for you, just exercising his fingers? Do you, a simple question. Do you believe what he's doing means something? A simple no, a simple yes.
Well, sure it does.
Oh, so why would you not? So you can't gain anything. So if I tape that, Jenny, I can't gain anything. He's doing nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you have to know what it means. You have to be able to decipher it.
You can't. This is what you do. You see what he's doing, and you see the defense that they're playing. Okay. And they came back, guess what, Jenny? The next play, they got an interception.
Well, maybe he was just casting a spell.
Okay, yeah, but...
He's doing his wizard spell.
So I want to know what those little wizards was doing while he's casting that spell.
Maybe it's a Jedi mind game.
Yeah, I need to know where they're going. Skip, you covered this game for 40 years. From Tom Landry to Don Shula to Jimmy Johnson and some of the greats. You know Bill Walsh.
Please.
You know one thing. They will never do anything if they don't think it will help them win a ball game. They do everything they do because, Skip, because everybody has talent. Everybody has coaches and state, all this other thing. Everything they do is to help them win football games. The guy that does everything, they say, well, Coach Belichick, and sometimes he'll just, Tom Brady get ready to throw the ball and he'll pour water on top of it, or he'll freeze the ball. He's doing that to prepare them for something. So for him to say, oh, I have nothing about it, or you can't gain anything from taping, because it goes to show you. Everybody, Skip, oh yes, you have the defense have headphones in their, microphones in their helmets, just like headsets in their helmet, just like the offense. But sometimes you see they hold up 5, which means nickel. They hold up 10, which means dime. They do things like that. That means something.
Okay, but you can see it's going to be dime or nickel because the players trot onto the field, so it's not. So not shocking to the
So let them see it,
right?
But you're not supposed to be doing it. So I just want to know. Now they said the interview had ended. If the interview is ended, with the advanced scout, he's explaining what he's doing. Why for another 8 minutes was that camera pointed at the Bengals sideline and their coaching staff? That's what the NFL needs to get to the bottom of.
All right. So you are still suggesting this was blatant cheating by the Patriots?
1,000%.
1,000% cheating by the Patriots.
Yes.
Well, if that is true, you also strongly suggested yesterday Bill Belichick should lose his job.
Absolutely.
So you were still right there.
He gone. Okay. Now, Coach Mr. Kraft can hire him back, but he got at the bare minimum get what Sean Payton got a year. He got to get the bare minimum of that, Skip.
Wow. I am no fan, as you know, of Bill Belichick. And I've said for years on television, he clearly has some scoundrel in him. In a moment, I will go back through the incidents that I consider blatant cheating by Bill Belichick. But in this case, I'm sorry, I can't get nearly as worked up as you are just about this incident. If the NFL does want to go ahead and fine the New England Patriots or Bill Belichick, just for the appearance of it, it's a bad look because the NFL world is poised to jump to the conclusion of, you cheated again because of reputation. If you want to fine Bill Belichick for reputation, you should do that. If you want to fine him just because the great Don Shula once publicly referred to him as Bella Cheat, remember that? Bella Cheat. That's Don Shula who said that. And by the way, all those coaches I learned from, I don't believe, and I was around them for hours and hours, I don't believe any of those guys are capable of stooping to the cheating that Bill Belichick has stooped to.
Right.
Okay, so again, I'm fine with the fine, but I can't see this incident in question as anything but innocent.
How?
I'll tell you why. Because it is, you can say it's plausible deniability, but in this case, I just think that what they said it was is exactly what it was. They tape segments called Do Your Job to be posted on the team website, and they'll take obscure people in the organization. How do you do your job?
Right.
And they do a day in the life of.
Right.
So they decided, let's do an advanced scout.
Right.
And they got credentials. They went right through the Cleveland Browns because the game was in Cleveland, and so it's Cincinnati at Cleveland.
Okay.
And they're going to advanced scout Cincinnati, the next opponent, and whoever that advanced scout is, he's going to sit up in the press box. So they actually got a seat in the press box where the cameraman sat wearing a Boston Bruins jersey.
Not Patriots, though.
Yeah, just Bruins, but identified himself as something Boston, something New England.
Yeah.
And he sat exactly at the vantage point that the advanced scout would have. So they interview him, and then they sort of look through his eyes down at the sideline,
Right.
and they shoot 8 minutes of what you might call B-roll just to show this is his viewpoint of the sideline from way up in the press box.
Now, so you couldn't get that in 30 seconds. You needed 8 minutes of it.
You know how they are when they shoot these things.
Yeah,
They just shoot and shoot until they get their 30 seconds. Somewhere in there is their good 30 seconds or maybe 2 minutes. I don't know how long these pieces run. Would they run? It could run for 15 minutes on the website. It's not like a TV piece. It's a webcam, or a web sort of piece. So the point is, to me, this isn't exactly undercover cheating. If you're going to cheat, and one thing I've never accused Belichick of, he's not stupid. I mean, this would be almost laughable Saturday Night Live skit kind of cheating.
Skip, how brazen must you be? If a guy knows what you're doing, he asks you not to do it to him, and you still do it.
Okay,
so how
that's
brazen?
Eric Mangini.
Okay, but I'm saying
that was Spygate.
But you said he couldn't be. But you would say he won't be stupid enough to tape a guy who knows exactly what he's doing, would he?
Okay, but to me, if you want to go undercover and get the best video of the hand signals, then you would go disguised as a fan, and you would buy at Cincinnati. You could probably buy any ticket you wanted,
right?
And you'd buy the closest seat you could with the best vantage point of the sideline,
right?
And then you'd use your little camera phone or whatever you could. The camera phones are so good today. You could videotape all the signals for the whole game. You wouldn't need 8 minutes. You could do it for 3.5 hours.
We'll do that.
Okay,
but that's not what they did.
Okay, but the other thing seems innocent to me because I think it's just part of a day in the life piece of an advanced scout. And I'm not sure what you could get from 8 minutes of videotape off hand signals.
Hold on, Skip. They stopped him.
Okay.
It wasn't like they stopped themselves.
That's interesting.
He stopped it like, what are you
Maybe
doing?
He would have kept going.
Okay.
So if that's the case, so let me ask you a question. Why would he want to erase that? Because you remember, Skip, you're doing it for the series, the day in the life of. Why would you want to erase all that footage if it's innocent?
I don't know.
No, yeah, you do know. Hold on.
Maybe realize?
No.